no idea what I'm doing, but more applause. Let's do it. Yo. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Talking Shit, Getting Clicks. We live. And since there is no we without you, let me welcome the gang.
Many people know them as the JumpOut boys in their city.
Yeah, JumpOut Gang in the chat. In the chat. Yeah, this is crazy. All right. Enough of the stalling, Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am Mo 3 times. Welcome to the We a live show that we do, live stream that we do on YouTube every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. And it's crazy out here in these streets. It's crazy out in these streets. All right, first we got the big beautiful bill that has just passed through the Senate. They're going to try to send it back to the House for whatever revisions they're going to make, and then they're going to re-vote on that, send it back to the Senate, and then it's going to pass. It's going to pass any day soon. Why am I clapped? That shit is not good, and it's not good. Basically, the whole point of the show. But we also have Sean Puffy Diddy Combs. And he has been granted a lot of grace by the jury in the Southern District of New York. Man. So we got a lot. We got Alligator Alcatraz.
Oh!
And whatever else that you guys feel like calling in, right? Calling in. And talking about 313-825-5557. I just almost killed myself just now. I am so glad that was not on cam. I'm so happy that's not on cam. Let the children sing. Yeah, but I'm back like nothing happened. Nothing happened. That's how I'm back. I'm back like that. All right. So how's everybody doing today? I'm just bringing the show up. That's what you kind of caught me doing just now. Everybody's in there. Love. Flashback. What's up, Flash? Ramid, what's up, fam? Good. You working out? Yeah, are we working out? Are we getting our steps in, cuzzo? Gotta get our steps in. Just give me a second. Let me pull this up. It's been a crazy day. Please regard me. As always, I need grace. All right, so yeah, we're gonna talk big beautiful bill. Basically, what it is, who voted for it, a couple of key things there, and what are the effects of it. Total disaster. And then we'll talk Diddy. You know what I mean? He was found guilty, but he is found not guilty. And I think a lot of people who are, I guess, supporting him out there, his lawyers, in fact, and I know him and his family are taking it as a victory because he was facing life, and it looks like he'll be home at least this decade, if not by the time the big beautiful bill is passed. And you know what it had me honestly thinking during the week? I was like, yo, is this a distraction? I got my notebook and everything. And I was writing in my notebook, is this a distraction? El Vloggo on the POE cast would always be like, oh, it's a distraction, And I wouldn't just, I wouldn't doubt it. But sometimes I'm like, oh no, coincidence, yes, shit happening here. But is this like it's all set up? Because first of all, Buddy wanted to have his bill done by 4th of July. You know why? Why? I don't understand. You got a 940-page bill, and you're not even your first 200. You're nearing 200 days in office, and you got to push this massive piece of legislation in like what? How many months has it been? I know it was in the works, but we'll talk about that.
Many people know them as the JumpOut boys in their city.
Got the gang on here. Alligator Alcatraz, how about that? Yeah. Did you know that Trump was proposing? This is one of the silly things that, when there was a lot of, the first time he was in office, there was a lot of people, he had a revolving door, a lot of interns and cabinet members moving in and out and shifting through there. If you guys remember the first term, and then they would have little tell-all books or do little interviews and say about some quirky or just plain old dumb shit he would do. And one of the things that they pointed out was he wanted to build a prison that had a moat around it and was filled with alligators. And I'll be damned, he got it. Yay. So we'll talk about a little Alligator Alcatraz. And then, yeah, 500,000 Haitians, Miami area, lost their TPS status. That's the kind of status you have while you're going through immigration and going through the immigration courts. Kind of got like a little temporary protected status there. That's what it stands for. And they lost that. So it's possible that if you are Haitian, ICE could be jumping out on you short and sweet. And any other person that kind of looks Haitian, and that would just be the entire diaspora. But I digress. The applause is for me digressing. Ooh, sitting in my low. We episodes. Let's hang out. Let's kick it for a while. I will get straight to the meat and potatoes. I don't understand why this is doing what it's doing. This is crazy. It's not slides. All right. So we'll do it this way. I will rock out because this is a nice live that I would like to. So I got to keep my eye on it. All right, they did this as a video, not a presentation, which isn't good, but we'll get through it, I think. All right, I'm gonna pause there. I'm gonna bring it up. Usually slides. For some reason, it won't do slide format. It does like a video, so I'm gonna have to pause. But check this out. We're going to unwrap this big beautiful bill here, real quick. I'll be nice and succinct. All right. So you got to think about this HR one big beautiful bill act as it's a present, if you will. Kind of like you just bought yourself some of this $249 Trump Victory 45 through 47 perfume. That eau de toilette got you smelling. You know what I mean? I wonder how it smells. Obviously, I will never purchase that bullshit. But I am kind of curious to see how it smells. That bottle, by the way, is right on brand. It's tacky as fuck. Tacky as fuck. Yeah, it is. Still, imagine you go and get this box of cologne for men, and it's limited edition and everything. You're like, oh, I'm about to open up my Trump cologne, my Trump perfume. I'm about to spray it up and then shimmy through it, you know? And then you open it up, and it's bullshit in there. I fooled you guys. I know you thought you were smart, but yeah, it's bullshit. That's what that bill is a part of. Now, this is a 940 some odd page Frankenstein of a bill. Like, we're thinking, like, remember, guys, I perused through the Project 2025 and was picking out pieces of it. Well, I perused through this 940 page PDF monstrosity. And I'm going to tell you what I sacrificed doing it. All right. I've been on my Duolingos, like I've been saying. See, like right there during the show, Duolingo, I could do an ad for you. We could get this dough and keep it moving. But I've been keeping my streak alive. But usually I like to knock out 3 or 4 lessons. You know what I'm saying? Full up a whole square. But lately, because I've been looking at this craziness, this is where we are. So like the last week and a half while they were going through it before the vote, I've been looking through this big pile of shit. And it's ugly. It's ugly, and it's ugly for the American people, and in the age of misinformation and whatnot. I have no words. I'm like Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer didn't know what to say to this. Like, Chuck Schumer is supposed to be the one to know, because it's like his job to know. Like me, I mean, I'm obviously potting with you guys, but he's supposed to know. Like, I am dumbfounded by the amount of treachery, for lack of a better word, of this one big, beautiful bill. It's an act, or the OBBBA. 940 page tax cuts, work requirements, immigrant crackdowns, and a power grab. Yeah, a power grab where I'm pretty sure every dude on the what's the monument in South Dakota with the Mount Rushmore, like every guy on Mount Rushmore is like, what the? Where's my beeps? Do I still have the? They're like, what the? That's the laughter of Jeff Bezos. See, he's gasping because he probably needs to do cardio. You know what I mean? Anyway, it is definitely this is the evil twin of Project 2020. This is Project 2025 in motion. Like, in motion. It has better branding, I'm not gonna lie. But I would also admit that this has worse consequences. So that's right. July 1st, 2025, Senate passed it in a narrow 51-50 vote. Oh, I did. I do. Because that's Evelyn sent that to me. She sends me mean things sometimes. I'm just playing. Where's the big beautiful bill video? I'm gonna pull it up. Guys, hold your horses. Well, I hold mine. I'm chilling. Let me check the chat. Hey, Kato. Oh, Kato, get well soon. Get well soon. One of my favorite people. Yeah. Here we go. On a good old Instagram. They better let me in here. Don't embarrass me. Here we go.
The nays are 50. The nays are 50. The Senate being evenly divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed. Let's vote. The yeas.
Yeah. So yeah, there it is. It was like it was kind of tied up, and then he says that it passes because the vice president is actually the president of the Senate. Don't ask me. This is some stuff we learned in the civics way back in the day. So yeah, his primary job as vice president, really, his job is to be on hold in case something happens to the number one. But his real job is to sit in the Senate and basically, if there's any tie breaks, he can break the tie. Boom. I'm applauding for knowledge, not applauding for this. Can I say it? How long are we into this show? Can I say fuck face? How this fuck face? I think it's warranted. I think it's warranted that I say that. If you guys have a problem, 313-825-5557. Let me know why. Let me know why. I got ants in here. It's crazy. All right. So that's right. And guess what? That yes included one Lisa Murkowski. We'll get back to Lisa Murkowski. Well, remind me if I don't. You're gonna love it. All right. Anyway, there were some I don't know, some legal landmines. This is Donald Trump, getting his tweets. Republicans must unite behind. I can't. But I still love trying. The one big, beautiful bill. Am I getting better? Not only does it cut taxes for all Americans, but it will kick millions of illegal aliens off of Medicaid to protect it for those who are the real ones in need. Why would you have to go through all that? If you're kicking all the illegal aliens out anyway, why would you need to cut? They are just not going to use it. Therefore, you're not going to pay any money to that. I may not be making sense, but in my head it works. All right. So, yeah. Thank you. At least somebody loves me out there. All right. Anyway, protect it for those who are the ones in real. Oh my God, the ones in real need. He lying. The country will suffer greatly without this legislation, with their taxes going up to 65%. It's more like 68-ish. It will be blamed on the Democrats, but that doesn't help our voters. We don't need grandstanders in Republican Party. He's talking about Tom Tillis, senator from North Carolina, who was going against this. Rand Paul, senator for Kentucky, that was going against this. And Susan Collins did speak out against it. I don't know how she voted it, and I wasn't paying attention. I was too devastated. But anyway, he said, stop talking and get it done. It's time to fix this mess that the Biden and Democrat gave us. Thank you for the attention to the mess. For anybody out there, let me know in the chat. Let me know. Call in 313-825-5557. I got to call in already. Oh my goodness. We already know.
You better watch out, dreadlocks.
Stop playing with
You
me.
better watch out. You better watch
One
out,
more.
dreadlocks. You better watch out.
I forgot what I was saying. I just forgot what I was saying because I was in the void. I was in the void.
That's where we all are right now.
Right? So we got the courts are stacked, right?
Oh,
Got
man.
some handpicked
Where
judges.
do we begin?
Oh, that's another thing thank you for calling in, Will. Just your presence has made me remember about there's a little beef in the Supreme Court between the Honorable Ketanji and Amy Coney Barrett. Yeah. Jackson Barrett beefing. I mean, Ketanji wrote like a dissent to them. Oh yeah, that's right. They ruled on birthright citizenship. So
Sort of.
break it down for us, please. I don't want to.
All right.
That's not on my list. That was
So as far as birthright citizenship is concerned, absolutely is a win for the Don. Which we should expect. We talk about him having all those um, his appointees. What I mean, on the Supreme Court. But I digress. When say you have a state like New Jersey, what the Supreme Court is basically saying is the state of New Jersey cannot file an injunction on a presidential order for everybody, right? They can't stop a federal injunction. The individuals who are affected, they can file an injunction separately. So they can do it. They can try to fight it. But the states cannot essentially overturn the Don's rulings.
Right.
So
And their basic
really
their premise about it is one of those old throwback antiquated laws that we had back in the day, right?
Right.
And isn't there
Right.
like there's a
So
thing where you might be getting to it. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
Like there's a
No,
thing
got it.
where now hold on, what was I gonna say? All right, so like a federal judge can't hold up the president's legislation. And but also
There you go.
every individual is going to have to sue on their own behalf. So like for instance, I would say, Will, tell me if I'm right about that. Brown versus the Board of Education. The only person that would have won in Brown versus the Board of Education would be Brown. No other kids would be allowed to go to school unless they actually went to the Supreme Court or the courts and fought for their right to go to be integrated in schools as well. So that's
And
another thing.
You can really even see the hypocrisy there, because after Brown versus Board of Education was passed, individual states refused to abide by it. So
Alabama,
you see the
Mississippi,
double side of that.
Tennessee. Yeah. But I don't know. There is, I would say, a pattern. Let me look it up real quick. There is a pattern that they are using. Alien Enemies Act, 1798. Insurrection Act, 1807. Shit, 1930, the Tariff Act. They took it back, which that act failed, and it's too recent in history to not remember that. And then 1934 Telecommunications Act, Espionage Act of 1917, which we tried to use to get Trump at one point, but then he also used it as well. So it looks like the Sedition Act of 1918, like it looks like they're time traveling to get some type of argument for these bogus ass claims they're making in the Supreme Court.
Absolutely.
I think Flash said it alone, like said it maybe on last show or the show before that. We're looking at a dictator. Yeah, I think it was the Iran because he was standing in front of the soldiers back there. Yeah, we're looking at a dictator, and not only just in spirit or like his vibe is the vibe of it. Like literally, he has been legalized as a dictator. How do you pronounce it, Will? Dictator. He's a dictator.
He's crazy.
All right, Will.
Say something deep.
Did you on that website you had pulled up? Did you see how the senators voted?
That
you
was
can
part of
check-
my spiel too.
You can check the voting record.
Hold on.
I know Ev had asked, did any Democrats vote for the bill?
I don't believe so. That's a good question.
I'm just interested to see. I
No,
know
no,
why
no.
you're looking for that. You know,
Oh,
like
good.
all the tax on tips and that's only that's a 2.5, 3 year deal. After that,
And it's gonna fall off.
paying the federal government again.
But guess who's still
Yeah.
gonna be getting their money?
Oh man.
I mean, AOC. I was watching the clip of AOC just reading them in like on the floor for that same exact thing, telling them shame on you. You know what? The biggest thing about the whole vote and the whole story, the whole energy that we've had is that they are not authentic. They don't believe in this shit. Like the senators that voted yes on this didn't believe in it. And it wasn't like they're just, all right, I'm going to compromise on this one. Whatever he wants them to do, they're going to do it. They've enabled him
You gotta ask yourself why.
because they're all, I don't know how you pronounce the word, pussy boys. That's what they are. I got to stop giving myself applause. All right. The bill passed 215, 214, and one extension. JD Vance.
That's in the House. They voted in the House already.
No, that was 22 going through the first time. In the Senate, it was 51-50. JD Vance broke the vote. No Democrat supported it at all. Yep, they went 215 for 215 in the House. They went 50 of 50 in the Senate. No defections. But Tillis, Collins, and Paul voted no in the Senate. And that brings me, the Republicans. Yep. Rand Paul, Kentucky. Collins is from Maine. Tillis is from North Carolina, and they all voted no. And they all spoke out about it. Hold on, let me bring this up. Lisa Effin Murkowski. Where is my stuff? Oh, I gotta be called crazy-ish. Check this out.
Senator Paul said that that your vote was a bailout for Alaska at the expense.
Hold on, I'll reflect.
That your vote was a bailout for Alaska at the expense of the rest of the country.
Oh my God.
That's what Senator Paul said.
My question was easy. Senator, we've got the.
I didn't say it, ma'am. I'm just asking for your response.
My response is I have an obligation to the people of the state of Alaska. And I live up to that every single day. Do I like this bill? No, because I tried to take care of Alaska's interests. But I know that in many parts of the country, there are Americans that are not going to be advantaged by this bill. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that we moved through an artificial deadline, an artificial timeline to produce something to meet a deadline rather than to actually try to produce the best bill for the country. But when I saw the direction that this is going, you can either say, I don't like it, not try to help my state, or you can roll up your sleeves.
Up there. Senator Paul said that that your
Yeah,
vote was a
but if you even
bailout for
looking at
Alaska at
this-
the expense of the rest of the country.
Oh my God.
Look,
That's what Senator Paul said.
that's what Rand said. Look at her getting it together.
Senator, we've got the.
Like, how could you do this? How could you do this to me? How could you put me on the spot? Yo, like while they were out debating that legislation, the Republicans were basically trying to figure out, it was obviously Rand Paul said no, Collins said no, and Tom Tillis said no. So they needed some votes. Lisa Murkowski was very critical of this big, beautiful bullshit, right? She was hypercritical of it. I believe when Trump is talking about grandstanding, he is referring to Lisa Murkowski as well as Rand Paul and Tom Tillis. He's referring to all of them. They've been very outspoken against it. So while they're on the House floor, and Will, this took me back to PLA days when you know, you guys are getting it together and you're just walking around and you're really politicking and everything like that. Well, she starts politicking for Alaska. And she's getting them deals like, okay, we already know this is going to kill Medicaid, which every state has Medicaid. Some states don't call it Medicaid. Each state has their own Medicaid program with its own name and everything. It might be something cute. It might be something blah, 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 NJ, blah, 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 New York. Everybody has their own Medicaid. And a lot of those federal money gets filtered down to like your local hospitals. And if you guys have already noticed out in our environment, we're losing supermarkets in favor of like General Dollars, and we are losing big hospitals in favor of little small urgent care facilities. If you go to those rural areas, you know, the places they got to drive like 20 miles just to get to Walmart, and it's kind of like the mall to them. They only have Dollar General and urgent cares. Well, their hospital, their rural hospital that they have is going to be shut down. They're not going to be getting enough money. I mean, I know
right?
What's up?
You know why that is. You know why they tried to build one of those hospitals, those freestanding ER is what they're called. They tried to build one right outside the neighborhood. It's middle to upper class health care. I don't want to go to the hospital because ghetto people are going to be there. Sick people are going to be there. You know, that's why they're building these facilities. Yeah, we'll take money out of we don't have to build hospitals. We can just build these freestanding ERs. There's going to be less regulation on Medicaid, less regulation for these insurance companies, and we're going to charge you out the wazoo. You know what I mean, for something that your primary care physician could take care of. You know, they don't. They want dumb, sick, poor. You know, dumb, sick, poor. I can control the people. This style of government is beneficial for the millionaire trying to become the billionaire trying to become the trillionaire. I mean, I'm gonna take all this money away from Medicaid and all these public entities just so I can fund the people who got me hired into this job, all these rich people. All these cuts, they're the fun. They're to fund the goodness, them pockets. You got a president out there making money, making cologne and perfume, man. President has cologne and perfume.
And sneakers.
Well, he got sneakers? Come on.
Yeah, you don't remember the gold ones? I was like, if I see you wearing them, I'm going to step on them shits.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
You got Alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, and it was one of his Alligator Alcatraz was one of his little fancy things that he thought up in the first term that everybody was giggling about, and he literally built one in the swamp.
I was wondering why he didn't pull DeSantis up, and now I know why. You know, I was wondering why. I was like, surely, you know, DeSantis is going to get a job in the federal government, you know, when he becomes president. This is why, though.
He needs him there for his home base.
He needs him in Florida to get that prison up and running. And you can just imagine $500 million a year. That's how much that facility costs per bed.
Hold on now. Give me a second. I'll pull up what it looks like so we can all see.
It looks worse than Order 9066 when we interned the Japanese Americans, man.
Oh, I thought that was the order that killed all the Jedi. Alcatraz.
Disgusting.
U.S. President Donald Trump
There we
toured the
go.
Alligator Alcatraz Migrant Detention Center in the Florida Everglades on Tuesday, as his Republican allies in Congress advanced a sweeping.
You see that garbage?
Who's that?
Repurposed
Chrissy
FEMA
Nome?
trailers.
Christy Nome, DeSantis, Trump. I don't know if that's the warden or something like. I think that's the warden.
Got the old girl with all the hair pieces on all the
Yeah.
time.
Got
Get
them
outta
in.
here.
He's got them stapled, clipped, zipped. They are in.
Hairpiece Haley.
Gorilla glue. This is what how many how much is a bed, Will?
It's I think it's 500 million per year. It's either 350 or 500 million. I don't want to, blow this up, but it's allegedly supposed to hold 5,000 inmates.
Here's the Gators.
I want to go hiking anytime soon.
Trump highlighted the threatening conditions surrounding the facility at a roundtable following his tour.
Very soon, this facility will house some of the most menacing migrants, some of the most vicious.
It took him a week to put it up, right?
Yeah.
Look at this though. Hold on. Buddy's gonna break this down right here. See the bald head dude they were walking the tour with?
Power supply is fully redundant with backup generators in place. We've put a staff.
This is what it's equipped with.
With backup generators in place, we've put a staff village here on site with a capacity of 1,000. Our services are hot meal 3 times a day, 24/7 medical facility, pharmacy, air conditioning, access to indoor and outdoor rec yards, legal and clergy support services, laundry. Our security element is over 200 security cameras throughout the facility, more than 28,000 feet of barbed wire, 400 plus security personnel to include 200 men and women, soldiers and airmen underneath Major General John Haas's command as the Adjutant General of Florida. And it's all surrounded, as you pointed out, Mr. President, by 10 miles of beautiful Florida Everglades.
Oh yeah, you got to maintain that a little bit too.
Contingencies, as with all state correctional.
Right now, we're talking about not just that place that they're making, like each and every one of those contracts. 15 things, 15 different things he listed that has to be covered. Those are 15 different vendors that are going to get paid and kickbacks and craziness.
Facilities. We have a hurricane.
And now, whoever they put it
money.
up, you said in a week? They put this up in a week?
Yeah.
Bro, we're going to have mobile jails. We're going to have mobile jails.
No, that's a death sentence, man. They want them people to die. And that's what they're going to send them to die. And that's what they hope they do. They hope they die before they even get to go to court. They hope it floods.
Yeah, and the thing it says, isn't this place flooding already? I mean, eyes on it. I would suggest that there is always an inspection going on. Definitely.
Come on, man. They got that's gonna be modern day.
Maxine Waters is gonna have to be at the front door every day.
Indentured servitude.
They don't. He did also say that they're gonna be using National Guard as guards there for security. Like, what do you guys see this country? Yeah, what do you think life is going to be like in the next 5 years?
Man, I got 44, 45, 30 years, 40 years max to go. Maybe.
F all that. What's it going to look like next
5 or
year?
6 presidents.
This time next year, what's it going to look like? You know, when we.
It's going to look. It's going to look worse. It's going to look worse because what you have, man, is you have. It's not even a moderate anymore. You have a far left and you have a far right. You have the Republicans doing what the Republicans going to do. They're getting bullied. You know, you have the Democrats who are strategizing how to turn or flip or spin the bull crap that the Republicans are doing. There is no real care, they're like for the good of the country. If those midterms happen and some seats start getting flipped, right? It might be worse than when Obama was in office, trying to get legislation passed through there. All the red tape, all the mess.
That's basically when all of this started, though. When they came up with the Mitch McConnell, nothing shall pass.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what it's been.
That shows you it's not for the people. It's not for the people. They could care less about the people.
Yep.
Party lines are drawn, and this is where we're going to stay. Like the guy said, it's an imaginary timeline for imaginary mess, so I can get this bull crap, so I can get this pork roll through here. It's gonna be a mess for a long time.
Taylor Ham.
How do you rehire millions of people that've been fired from these federal agencies? How do you reverse this garbage?
Yeah, it's going to be broken beyond recognition. I don't know, but in my observation, this is like midterms. They're going to flip seats. Seats are going to get flipped. Seats are getting flipped.
Hey, what do you think about what's going on in NY right now?
Oh, with Diddy?
No, I don't care about no Diddy.
The mayor's race?
Yeah.
All right. Cuomo being out is good to me.
Mm-hmm.
I like Mom D. I've heard a couple of things that he has said. I've also heard some bad things about him. But ultimately, like the bad stuff that they said about him is the same things they say about any other like Democrat. Really, you're going to ignore like specific, like selfishly, you're going to ignore the black vote. He's ignored black media. You know what I'm saying? While in New York, I'm talking about they need something other than, going on Breakfast Club or Hot 97 or something like that. But like New York is special because even though it's just the mayor's race in that city, it's kind of like it's a national televised like race basically. So everybody knows who the mayor of New York is, for more or less. I mean, obviously there's people out there that don't know who the vice president is, but as a jury, I'm still out on him, honestly. I mean, is he better than Eric Adams right now? Yes. Is he better than another, like a Cuomo, kind of like the Bushes? Yes. It's time to be gone. But yeah, I don't know. Eric Adams he's kind of like crusty New York, and even though he's a police officer, he's a politician to the max, and he's got some pull around that city, and it's going to be a very interesting race. One thing that I found crazy though when they're talking about these races is there is a huge. I didn't know this. I didn't know, like, even in the mayor's race when they were having the debate, one of the questions are, will you go visit Israel? I did not realize that every New York mayor goes and visits Israel. I didn't know it was a thing. And I believe one of the bad things they said about Mamdi was that, like, he's not going to Israel. Like, that's crazy. Like, so I was like, oh, wow. I mean, in these times, like,
they're painting him, from what I've read or seen so far, they're kind of painting him as the socialist, like communist kind of, and I haven't done my research but that's what I've been hearing or seeing kind of in my peripheral.
He said the people want him. he came up. Yeah, some people want him winning. Black people didn't vote for him. Like 80% of them voted not for him. You know, and when I found out that information, I had to take a step back. Like, yo, like, what do we know?
Why?
What do they know about him?
Yeah.
That because honestly, I want to, I'm not being bragger, but we be calling it right. I was gonna say 9 times out of 10, but usually 10 times out of 10, we be calling it right. So that is honestly, when I heard that number come up, Winnie Boo, like that kind of gave me pause. So yeah, it's something to look into because Mayor of New York,
I think we vote.
It's big.
I mean, I may be wrong, but I think we have, like, and it may be a good bad thing, like this moral deal when voting for people or thinking about who to vote for, who is morally and ethically who kind of holds the values that we hold. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I like somebody that can intelligently communicate. Someone that has knowledge, obviously some smarts. Always a fresh face is good because you're not kind of beholden to that system. But yeah, like you have to talk like you're talking for the people, like you're talking to fix people's problems, and not necessarily like feather your own nest or give money to rich people. I do not know how in 2025. Oh yeah, I get it. We're all divided. That's why, because we're always divided on something. People are in New York celebrating Diddy by throwing baby oil on their body in the middle of the streets and having baby oil parties out in the middle of in front of the courthouse. And this is where we are as a country. This is where it is. This is where we are.
Yeah, I mean, even that case, when I really started to look at it, I'm like, racketeering, prostitution, what? Y'all are really reaching here. And then hearing all the facts or what they reported at the facts, I'm like, y'all not. I haven't heard any real good testimony to support the prosecution for any like racketeering and all that kind of stuff. This sounds more like a civil squabble with some freaks involved, consensual freakiness too.
I think it was a good case. I learned a lot because honestly and originally, obviously, like 100%, I think that Diddy is a piece of shit. But like when Cassie testified and everything, I was a little harsh on Cassie, and I learned some things, about the stress and the abuse and the toll it takes on people in that situation. But honestly, I'm kind of with you on the. I ain't not kind of, but I'm with you. Like, I don't think this is something that should have reached the federal court. The RICO to me was crazy because, like, just me, dumb old me, has never seen a RICO where it was just one defendant, where there wasn't co-defendants, multiple co-defendants. So the RICO is kind of like a reach to me. I was watching clips. Somebody brought up the fact that maybe, obviously, it's not a win for Diddy because he is found guilty of 2 charges. I'll bet minor, very minor charges to the point where I could be talking right now and he could be getting out of jail right now. So all of the important, big, huge things that we're just gonna tuck this man away for life no longer exist. He's gonna do with these 2 charges that, 10 years at most. He probably won't get that. A lot of people are saying he's gonna get time served. I was thinking time served. Maybe, some probation and, get bail and give him some house arrest. He's been punished because, you know what? We all know that he's a nasty, freaky freak. dude that likes to drag women down hotel hallways. You know? And that he is basically a cuck who likes to sit in the back with shades on and a burqa, pleasuring himself. And like,
You called him a cuck.
I did call him a cuck. Like,
wow.
Like,
wow.
But then in my mature mind, as I'm behind these comments right here that we're all looking at, like in my mature mind is like, yo, like, you know, to each his own. That's his personal life. That's his personal lifestyle. And that's really the only reason why I wasn't really totally following it. Like, look, they had the AI out there where they did the court reporting, and it was smooth. It was looking like a little court TV session there, but I couldn't watch it. I just couldn't watch it. I didn't really want to keep up with it. Wendy says probably 5 years. You guys let me know in the chat how long y'all think Diddy gonna get. I'm saying time served. Wendy's saying 5. Five's not bad in the federal system. After time served, and I don't know, he'll probably get, you know, I think in the federal system they got served like 85%. So what's 85% of 5 years minus this year and change that he's already done? I don't know. 2 years, 3 years, and he'll be out of it. So I think most importantly is that even if he gets out by 4th of July, he's not going to have that white party. He's not going to have 4th of July in the Hamptons. And that, like, he's tarnished his legacy. One thing I'm not going to say, I can't even say one thing I admire about him, because the product of a man that he is, there's nothing admirable about it. But one of the things that I did previously admire about Puff Daddy was that people said that he worked hard, like he really paid his dues. I think Clive got at him a little bit, but they said he would, you know, travel from Mount Vernon, drive into the city every day, and he would go to work
to get his cheeks clapped.
I've heard rumors, but that is a rumor. But I've never heard anybody say that, you know, he wasn't somebody that worked hard. He didn't know what he was doing. He picked great beats. And like, it's so funny because like, as you can see that I got a little age on me, I look at this new music and I'm like, yo, these kids ain't gonna have nothing to, you know, listen to when they're like my age. They're not gonna be like, nobody's gonna want to hear that bullshit for the most part. And year after year, everybody that was my musical hero is basically a pervert. Like a little French on that, a pervert. Like, they're all perverts. Diddy is not broke. Don't get it twisted. Diddy was he was damn near billionaire status. He is not broke,
not
love.
2 years.
He's not broke, love. But
Holmes' team is seeking 21 to 27 months.
That's what they're seeking?
To include the 9 months he's already served.
Oh, there you go. He's already served the 9. I would be like, bro, that's a fine. Now we're talking prostitution. That's what he's been. Never mind the video or any of that stuff. He didn't get arrested. He didn't get convicted of doing any of that. He got convicted of riding out some prostitutes and paying some prostitutes. That's what he got. So when you think of his sentence now, think of it in that new light. Put the awful video of him in a hotel with being dragging Cassie. Put that out of your mind. Put the Punisher out of your mind. Put those baby oil joints out of your mind. Pick whatever automatic, semi-automatic weapons they found on his property. Put that out of your mind. The pictures, the freak off tapes. Put that out of your mind. This man has been found guilty of driving out prostitutes, not sex trafficking, not RICO, not racketeering or anything like that, and using prostitutes, paying some whores. That is what he's convicted of. Do we even care? Do we care anymore? Just if we're looking at it in a little legal, what is it? Just dry, straight dry, ice cold service. If we're looking at it in the legal standpoint, Cardo said it's already 9. It's already 9? No, it's not. It's 8:30. It's 8:30. Tried to trick me. Get well soon. But straight up, do we care?
They cared enough to go splash some Johnson & Johnsons. Or Equate. You think that it was Equate or Johnson & Johnson's?
I don't know, because Equate be having a pink top too. It would be a knockoff. But I'm going to tell you what, I believe Equate is Johnson & Johnson anyway, just in an Equate bottle, because that's what they do. That's what these corporations do. I'll say this though, the dude that I saw with he had a little bottle too. He had like a little personal size bottle. It wasn't enough for the whole freak off. It would have, if Diddy used that little bottle of baby oil, it would have probably been out in like 2 minutes. Even though like the normal person with a little bottle, little baby bottle, that'll last you like years. But yeah. Anyway, I say all of this to say that the guy that was actually doing it, all right, in front of the court, there were a whole bunch of citizen journalists, if you want to call them. There were people live streaming, and that was their job for the entire trial. They sat out the court, they got all the information coming in, and talked to their live streams. And one of the guys that was big in that live stream community right there pulled out some baby oil, and they were basically doing it for the gram. There was a woman out there, her wig fell off. You know what? I saw Jeffrey in here. He sent it to me. I'll show you all the video. Here it is.
The courthouse celebrate his not guilty verdict by showering each other with baby oil.
Yeah, the guy in the blue hat right there, he's dressed up. Oh, she took the wig off. It didn't fall. But, yo, what is underneath that wig, yo? I don't know. Oh, I am so happy I'm not showing it, because as I'm looking at this, I don't know if you guys are looking at my face. If you, I'm sorry. I will show it, but honestly, I was kind of happy that I didn't show it because it is so fucking ignorant. This is ignorant. I'm gonna go ahead. As you can see, the Whitman is
guilty verdict by showering each other with baby oil.
It has become a spectacle. Oh, she is somebody's grandma. No, I don't know. I thought I saw some braids in there. I don't know what she gonna do, y'all. And he about to get. He just went through all of this, and he's got the bottle of oil. And look, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Does it look consensual?
These fucking people, man.
These fucking people, that was kind of rank right there, though. You know what I mean? You should probably watch it. I know you might be talking about those effing people, but honestly, coming from your face there, sir, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Let the children sing. So yeah, that's what it is, Willis.
That content creator just made $15.
$15? I don't know. He was I think he was being interviewed by like NBC or something the other day. A couple of them out there.
He may have made bag.
He might be one of the bigger. I mean, obviously, people are tuning in to watch these updates and the live streams. I couldn't, but even though I wasn't actively tuning in to get my Diddy fix, just being on social media and going through some scrolls, You're finding out, yo, this dude, the Punisher, did this, and yo, he was rubbing the sweet science on his nipples and stuff. Like, ew. Ew. Right? Let the children say.
That's what.
But yeah, that's how.
Clive and
Horrible, Winnie. Horrible. It was worse than I ever imagined.
That's why. That's why that Simmons dude is in India right now.
Who?
Which Simmons brother is in India or Malaysia, wherever the hell he moved to?
Oh, Russ. Yeah. God bless. Good night, Russ. God bless. Good night. Gave us Def Jam. Gave us Beat Street.
Diddy, let me show you. Let me show you, Diddy, how you put this on your nipples.
And on real, I'm pretty sure Russ may or may not have been at one of those at them parties. I would not be surprised if Russ was at those parties. I just broke my pen.
The Shockers, yeah, he was.
But this is the world we live in. Listen, guys. To be honest with you, with this law and the way that the Supreme Court is getting down, you and I have no longer any rights. We're going to be able to get pulled over just whenever the police officer says. And now they have police immunity. They can snatch you off the street and take you anywhere. You can wake up in New Jersey and you can go to sleep in Florida now. Or effing, where is Libya.
Say something deep. Doing some research on flock cameras. I never even heard of that.
Flock cameras?
Yeah.
What's a flock camera?
They're using it to look inside your vehicle, see what's on your.
Oh yeah, they've been using it. Yeah, the license plate readers. They can look in your car while you're driving. They've been doing that for years. Yo, I was in DC once. I'm not even gonna lie. I was in DC and I was down in Southeast and they had a big shooting, like to the point that the news I remember at the time was calling it a massacre. Like somebody just swept up the street, and unbeknownst to me, I was out there just trying to find a weed man, and I'm out in the hot spot, like at the end of the block to where it's been hot at, and I'm just in a gas station trying to get me some roll up or whatever, and I got pulled over by the police, and they were on me, bro. I'm wearing khakis and a button down. I probably had some Sperry's on or some bullshit. And they were on me, and they were like, "Yo, do you got a gun in your car? Don't lie." And I hit him with I do. I got an AK in the trunk, and he was like, "Holy shit, for real?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got an AK in the trunk." This happened to me twice. I've used this AK to a trick, but this in DC, I was like, "Hell yeah!" And they were like pumped up, and he was like, "Yeah," and that's why they stopped me because they had scanned. They saw my AK in there. Opened the trunk. Pull the AK up, and it's a real AK, but it had been bored out, and they had put like the air tube on there and turned it into a paintball gun. So it was not a functioning gun anymore. Like the barrel was off, and they replaced the AK barrel with like more of a plastic barrel. But the whole body of it and the shape of it, the wood and everything, was a real ass AK. It was just shooting paintballs like bloop, 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 like semi-auto. It wasn't like the auto one, but it was semi, and it was pretty damn. It was shot straight, but yeah. They were looking at my AK like, dude, they were so relieved. I had that and another paintball gun in there, but they had scanned it and it came up as guns that I was carrying around in my truck. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. And then in that area, do you remember like the first time I was like realized how they can track you? And I should have known because I watched Enemy of the State. But like there was a guy. He was a reporter, and he walked up on a reporter and a cameraman and shot the lady. Do you remember that? That was like years ago. And he was from Virginia, and he fled, and they caught him on a highway like early. They caught him on those highway cameras. And I'm pretty sure when they do that, they probably need warrants and stuff, and I'm pretty sure they didn't do all that. Anyway, yes, surveillance. That is another thing that is going to be a part of the BBB. But it doesn't matter anymore because it is what it is. You can be arrested for anything. You're not going to be able to argue it, and they can take you anywhere. There's no habeas corpus, not for anybody anymore. For no one. For no one. We are now under the thumb of Donald J. Trump. And it's the MFers that's always talking about, I'm free and I got rights. It's those type of MFers that got us here. But we can get out of this, and pretty soon the only way we're going to be able to get out of it is by doing one of these things. But I'm telling you, we do not have to go that far. We can nip this shit in the bud right now. We can nip it in the bud right now. I'm going to tell everybody what I would do.
That you at least get an email for that little show off you did.
What? What? I'm just saying. I've been just looking at this BS that's been going on for weeks and weeks. Like, we don't even talk. All right, we already know the bullshit. He was supposed to drain the swamp, and we're cutting waste, fraud, and abuse. We know him and Elon is beefing. We know that he sent, I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm saying we know. We know he sent a shot at Elon, telling them that he's going to send Doge at him. But he also said some other shit, like, it would be bad for Elon. And when you're talking like that, like, you already got a guy who don't mind going to Iran, not even, listen, Congress doesn't have to vote for those type of operations, Bill, right? They don't. It was his, bombing Iran was an asshole move, but it wasn't illegal or anything like that. That's why they stopped talking about it. It wasn't illegal. It may have been ineffective. He may try to lie about it because that's his normal thing about how much he destroyed, or, hey, they didn't move this uranium. And then we find out they did. And then when they embarrassed him because, you know, somebody told the truth of actually what happened in Iran, he got mad and they called him not whistleblowers. What do you call a whistleblower who calls you out on your bullshit when you're the one being, they got called traitors and leakers. That's what we did to them. You know what I mean? We call them leakers and traitors, and here we are because we accepted this. Now, I didn't accept this. Will, I know you didn't accept this. Hold on. Let me get to my peoples.
Many people know them as the JumpOut boys in their city.
I know you guys didn't accept this, and this is honestly not our fight. It isn't. It is not. It is not. Really, his base, his 39% should be like, oh shit, my kids can't eat. Oh shit, school lunch is gone. Oh shit, I can't get my insulin. Oh shit, these prices are going up. Oh shit, I'm paying taxes for what? Oh shit, I can't fish or hunt or do any of this because fucking the deer are radioactive from Tesla. I don't know, spitballing here, but like it's going to be those people that need to get mad, and the ones that were out on January 6th storming the Capitol, motherfuckers, gear back up and go do that shit again. That is what's going to change this. But other than that, I would say that if you got a W-2 or 4 or whatever, take the federal tax exemption and never pay your taxes. Stop paying federal taxes. I know it's illegal. I mean, federal tax isn't constitutional, honestly. People beat those cases anymore, but we don't even. The Constitution is nothing. The Constitution means jack shit, and it wasn't a flag, America flag. It's not a screaming eagle or anything. Like the only thing that sets America apart from most of the nations in the world is that we have a Constitution. And it was respected, and we took time that if we want to change it, we had to go through here, more recently, not back in the history that, but we're making America great again. MFers was like, yo, make America great again. He wants to take us back to the 50s. This motherfucker took us back to the 1786s. Straight aristocrats. You were an aristocrat or you were a peasant. got internet or you ain't have internet back in those days. You know, everybody shit in a pot, but if you were rich, you never had to pour it out yourself. The shit pot party. Yeah. If back in if your current situation would have had you pouring out your own shit in 1789, then you should join us. Or pouring other people's shit out the pot. You should join us. I don't know. That's where I'm at with it, Will. Willis, anything from you?
Man, I just couldn't wait for this week. So much good stuff in the news. Happy to be a part of it, bro. Appreciate you.
Always. Text me before this. I can set it up so you know what I'm saying the people can know. Can get you right, get your audio right and everything. Because you need to I need help out here.
It was yesterday.
I think I need a weekly
like,
co-host
man,
because it gives me energy. It gives me energy when I have
Let's do it.
When people call in 313-825-5557. When people call in, it gives me energy, guys. And just saying. But yeah, that's what we got. Big beautiful bill. We say you were supposed to save trillions. We've been trying to save trillions of dollars. I think he let Elon in and was like, Elon, listen, I'm going to have to cut all this money that we're giving to you because I've been telling the people that we're going to be cutting all this stuff and we're going to have to cut. And Elon was like, hold on. Let me find my money. And I think Elon found his own money, cut everything, got his cash, and he's out. But the thing is that, like, we were supposed to be, like, getting criminals and rapists and murderers out the country. That's what he said. I never believed him. But still, right? We were supposed to be lowering the price of eggs. I don't even know. I don't know. I just swallow spit. That's what I've been doing for sustenance. Swallowing spit and drinking Good and Gather purified waters. He said that he was going to lower taxes for the American, and he is. He's going to lower your taxes, and then he's going to blow them back up. But even with this big, beautiful bill, if you make a certain amount of money, and unless you make up, I don't know, I had the graph up, and I kind of want to be accurate with this. So let me pull it up. If I could type, I'm on a chart. You can make it the chat. I'll make the chat too. Quick image. No, that's Minnesota's. Anyway, basically, if you are poor, if you make $15,000 to $30,000 per year, that's poor. Like if you're in a family and that's your household income, you're going to pay 23% more in taxes. If you make if you're a little less poor but poor, you make 30 to 40K, just hanging on, you're going to pay 18% in taxes. 40 to 50K, 16% in taxes. Like, it don't make sense. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna throw it up on the monitor. 4T. Let me throw a little zoom in on that sucker. And then it's gonna go. Look at that. More taxes there. So if you make, but if you're making $4 million, don't worry. You're going to get damn near $400,000 at the expense of what? I would also say another thing, though. Also, oh, so I read that, yeah, he should follow the law and send his wife back along with their son. Where's their papers? No, she wasn't born in this country, Winnie Boo. Winifred Hatcher just called Barron Trump an anchor baby. Disgusting, Winnie. Be a lady. Be nice. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to hit that button either. I mean, yeah, but those rules don't apply to anybody but who they feel like it. This is where we are. There is no more law. There's no more reason to respect the law. Like, crazy. Big, beautiful grocery bill. That's right, Lucas. Like, share, subscribe. But seriously, yeah, it's going to go up. The prices are going to go up. We're going to save money. We're going to, oh yeah, the big one was our deficit is crazy. We're going to reduce the deficit, but we're really going to increase it by trillions of dollars. People are saying between 2.4 and 4.4 trillion dollars will be increased in our deficit as a result of this bill. And that would be great to do that if we were giving everybody universal health care or improving our public school systems and helping everybody out with a secondary education, be it trade school or college. Yeah, let's spend that money on that. But no, we're spending money, so what? So, and then Elon's like, he's gonna finance. Elon Musk said he's gonna finance people to run against MAGA candidates, and with the what? With our tax dollars? Seriously? What can you do with that? What can you do? If Trump, you're gonna hard as on, it's going to be. I'm reading chats now but yeah, hey, I did this with the tariffs, and we found out, no, brother, that's just money that we paid. Things are way more expensive. Shopping's not the easiest. That's right, guys. Hold on. Mama said that she went from shopping at like Bloomingdale's to H&M. Yo, I went from ribeye steaks, and now I'm eating New York strips, guys. Ew! I'm feeling this heat.
Salisbury steak.
It's gonna be hot dogs soon, Frank's. Ew! Like the Gaultney joints. You know the Gaultneys. I don't want to eat no Gaultney Frank. I'm going to be eating Murray's meats. I don't want to eat no Murray's meats, bro. And then the people that are out there already eating Murray's meats, what are they going to be eating? Because that's really as low as you can get. Like, what are they going to be eating? Sidewalk gum? Ew! Oh, yeah. Guy's on point. Well, that's your cousin. But this is what we got. We're gonna get higher taxes. We're now he's allowed to put the military upon us if we get out of hand. He really said that he was not. Well, you're not even gonna. Yeah, you're not gonna. He's gonna be a dictator, bro. My God. This is what we got. All because oh my God, because you didn't like Kamala's laugh. Didn't like Kamala's laugh, so Kamala was a drunk supposedly and was slurring, but we got Pete Hegseth.
He liked that sister that was in the Oval Office that day, though.
What's up? I know.
He liked that
the fifth.
He liked that girl that was in the office. Yeah, that sister that was in there the other day.
Oh,
Pervy worthy.
Come on. So did Thomas Jefferson. You know that. That's a given.
You did? Oh, Sally, huh?
Yeah. Oh, Sally Hemings. Sally was trying to get away from him. I think they took a trip to France and she was like, yo, I'm in France now, I'm free. And they were like, no. Sally Hemings, you'll go back. I can't do a French accent. I got to learn to do some accents, but I'm too busy reading fucking Big Beautiful Bills, 940 pages. Project 2025. It's a lot of text. All right, not from cover to cover, but I'm perusing. It's still a lot of text. So what are we going to do about this? Because listen, listen, I know it's a distraction. This, I would definitely, I'm hyper vigilant on this now. But yeah, I can see where the distraction. Can you see a distraction, Will? Since I got you here, I don't have to talk to myself. Will, can you see, like, is it possible that this Diddy case and the Big Beautiful Bill kind of rubbing up against each other in the media? Do you think that are they still employing those type of distract tactics?
I think Elon Musk is the big one right now. You know, let's put that on the news, and you know, Diddy same way. Let's, you know, put some juicy out there. Meanwhile, you know, we're raising taxes and keeping money right. Absolutely, they're still doing those kind of tactics.
I don't want to leave the United States of America. I don't want to leave the United States of America, but history does tell me that, like, I feel like I should be one of the lucky ones who had the foresight to leave America. You know? And really, you can't stay. You got to leave the continent. If you move, you can't stay in Mexico. You can't move to Canada. You got to leave the continent. Oh, I'm not going nowhere. I know how this ends. I'm a patriot, guys. I'm a real one, though. I'm no fake patriot. This is how it ends. Thelma and Louise, Will. We're going to get horses, Will. The Last of Us. You still got your canteen? We're going to need water. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what y'all guys think about this. Alligator Alcatraz, effing, this big, beautiful bullshit bill and or Diddy or whatever you want to talk about right now. Let me know, because today is the 2nd. Tomorrow's the 3rd. Welcome to the Soviet Union. Oh. Yep. Niet. Comrade. Das Vidanya. Yeah! I know, I'm sorry, children. Anyway, anybody wants to I don't know. Get clipped for the next show. Call in 313-825-5557. Anything interesting to share. If you're just frustrated, if you got an idea of what the hell to do next, please. I am not a professional. Let me know. I am getting the bug out bag together, but it's expensive. I should have got my bug out bag together in a previous economy. Maybe not this economy, because it's costing me an arm and a leg. And do I really need an effing boomerang? I don't know. I say yes. Love says no. Let me know in the chat. Can I pack a boomerang in my bug out bag? Yeah, really, this is what's gonna happen. We live in a different America. I don't, like Lucas is saying, bread lines. I'm thinking if people can't afford stuff, we're gonna see crime go up. People are gonna get it the ski mask way. I think that's what's gonna happen for a lot of people. Usually in bad times like this, we're gonna start getting those Robin Hoods. We were in a time like this in the 1930s, not as authoritarianism that we are right now, but there were a lot of poor people. That's where we got our Dillingers. That's where you got your organized crime and people going up against the law, and that's Bonnie and Clyde's. And these are the exact times where the American public were publicly rooting for the bad guys, quote unquote, in these situations. And this is where we're going to now. Like, damn, bro. It's crazy. It's insane. You have that same exact thought? That's good. That's why you should like and share and subscribe. Hit the alerts, because I'll be popping up sometimes. But ladies and gentlemen, if that is all we have, Willis, I'm out of here. You guys have a great night. And we'll come back and we'll
always a pleasure.
This is definitely going to have to be a continuing conversation. Because, you know, week in, week out, we're going to start seeing the effects of this bill. You know, whenever they pass it, hopefully they don't. I just wish that guy would have took a scope with him in Pennsylvania. That's all I'm saying. If he would have packed the scope, and I just said that on YouTube because now I'm going to end up in Alligator Alley, and that's what it's going to be. But fuck it. Click like, share, subscribe, and hit the notifications. So this isn't all in vain. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the We episodes. We do this every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. And I'm your host, Mo 3-Time. I will see you next week. Hopefully, no handcuffs. Air horn, let the children say, applause. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Good night. Have a happy Independence Day. It might be your last. I'm just here for the barbecue.